But this is not entertainment. This is a meditation. Think of it as a yajna, Shravana yajna. We are performing yajna with our ears. We take the name of Ram, which is the ghee, on the spoon of our tongue and pour it into the yajna kunda, which is the bowl of the ear. And as the name of Ram, that ghee enters, it is meant to blaze in our heart the fire of bhakti. So it is a yajna. And it will take about 2 hours. So before as we embark on this journey, we will do a small exercise. So we breathe in deeply 3 times. And breathe out also. Now, point your index finger towards the ceiling. This is a very, very good yogic posture. This is meant for peace, both inner peace and peace around us. In your left hand, you take your cell phone, and with the finger, you point it towards the off button. I promise you, very good. So we are in the presence of the different manifestations of the Supreme Lord. Sri Sita Rama Lakshmana Hanumanji himself, Lakshmi Narayana, Radha Krishna, and so many wonderful acharyas, manifestations of the Supreme. We pray that the program continues without any obstacles. We pray that it arouses in each of our hearts a little desire to want to become closer to Sri Sita, Rama, Lakshmana, and Hanuman. Today's narration, the topic is a musical journey, and we will be beginning from Lanka. greatest Rakshasa that has ever existed in history, for 60,000 years, had never faced a defeat. In fact, he defeated the entire three worlds, all the way up to Indra, Yamaraj, Kubera. He has never felt defeat. Right now, he's sitting on his throne in his palace with his head bent down in embarrassment. It is a defeat that he has never experienced, so he doesn't know what it feels like to have lost something, and he is in such pensive mood because recently one ordinary Vanara, in his mind a monkey, had entered Lanka and caused such havoc. Not only did he speak to Sita, but he destroyed his Ashokavana. He shattered every palace in Lanka. He burned it down to ashes. That marble buildings now were full of soot and they looked black. And the entire Lanka had burned. With his head down, he did not know what to do. This is something that Ravana had never experienced. So he gathered all of his ministers around him, advisors, and he asked them, what is the best thing to do now? I want you to think deeply, consider and tell me. You may suggest to me what is good for me. The Rakshasa generals were surrounding him. They walk up to him with folded hands and they want to inspire in him a new energy by which he is not destroyed, because they have seen Ravana so. So one by one, they are speaking Ravana's glories as he has all these men around him. One of them says, why are you like this? You are the one who attacked Bhogavati and you completely destroyed and subdued all the Nagas. The Nagas are very powerful. Another one said, you went to Kailasha and there you fought with Kubera and you arrested Kubera, a very powerful Dikpalaka, and you brought away his Pushpaka Vimana. Can you remember that? Another one said, you even defeated Maya, the greatest of Danava, that he came and gave you his daughter Mandodari as a peace offering so you can marry Mandodari. Another one said, you went to Rasatala. Rasatala is far subterranean, just before Patala. You went to Rasatala and you defeated the great serpents like Vasuki, Takshaka, Shanaka and Jati. Another one said, that's not enough. You went to Yamaraj's abode. He is the Lord of death and you defeated him. Ravana is feeling it. Then someone said, now on the planet Earth, you have destroyed many Kshatriyas, you defeated them. So pretty much on earth there isn't anyone who can look eye to eye with you, Ravana. Why are you worried? Just give us the orders. You don't have to do anything. We will go and completely destroy Rama, Lakshmana, the entire Vanara army on the other side of the ocean. At this time, Prahasta, the general, the Rakshasa general, commander of Ravana's armies, who himself, when he stood up, looked like a massive dark cloud that would cover the earth. He said, Ravana, you are worried about one Vanara called Hanuman? Not worth it at all. If you give me the permission, I will destroy all the Vanaras quickly. Durmukha, another general, he got so so angry. Hearing this, how dare Vanara come and destroy Lanka? I will go kill Hanuman right now. Another mighty Rakshasa with sharp teeth, fierce face, said, I will go eat the flesh of Sugriva. I will tear apart all the Vanaras. I will also defeat Sri Ramachandra and come back. Nikumba, son of Kumbhakarna, also come and said, none of you has to go. All of you sit here. I will alone go and finish Ram, Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jaman, whoever is there. Vajrahanu, smacking his lips, thinking about how tasty the Vanara's flesh would be when he would just chew on them. He said, I will go. I will defeat all of them. So one by one, the Rakshasas are all ready, standing up, getting their arms, their weapons ready. At this time, there is one Rakshasa who stands up with his hands folded, and he has an appeal to make to them. And that is Ravana's youngest brother, Vibhisana. Vibhisana spoke, but he didn't order the Rakshasas. Pranjali, with his hands folded, he is trying to make sense of the situation, trying to put some good sense into the Rakshasas, and he says, Punaha Pratyupesh. He made them sit down. Hey, sit down. Please, don't stand up. Don't get so all right up. Sit down. Think with a calm mind. Have you considered that never anybody could have entered Lanka but Hanuman did? Not only did Hanuman come into Lanka, he crossed the entire ocean to come here. That's not an ordinary feat. Nobody has done it. He has done it. So don't underestimate the power of Hanuman. If a Vanara can jump so much and come here, can you understand what power must be behind Hanuman? You're thinking Rama is an ordinary human being, but it is Rama's strength on which Hanuman has come here. Anyway, my dear brother Ravana, what mistake has Ramachandra done here? Actually, you have brought Sita, who is his lovely wedded wife. So actually, if any mistake is there, it is among us. We have made this mistake. Oh, you may say, no, in Janasthana, Ramachandra killed my very dear brothers, Khara, Dushan and Trishina. Yes, he did. But he did it in self-defense because they attacked him. So how can you blame somebody who defended themselves? There is one principle, Ravana, that if someone is very dharmic, like Sri Ramachandra is the embodiment of dharma, if you become such a person's enemy, you can never win such a fight because you automatically be standing on the side of adharma, and adharma can never win against dharma. Honestly, Ravana, let's not delay. It's not worth waiting to find out if one Vanara can cause so much destruction. What will happen if Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva and the entire Vanara army comes here? Can you perhaps imagine? We can't even imagine what kind of destruction there might be. So better to give Sita back. There is a phrase in the Valmiki Ramayana, shloka after shloka after shloka, it ends with the fourth pada, ends with Pradiyatam Dasarathaya Maitri. Pradiyatam, please return. Dasarathaya, unto Rama, the son of Dasharatha, Maitri. So he says all these verses and he begs Ravana, Pradiyatam Dasarathaya Maitri. I am requesting you as your brother and well-wisher. I have no other agenda. I just wish you well. So please give Sita back. Do it before Ramachandra fires his arrows. And then he gives Ravana a very, very good advice. That advice, Valmiki says, stands the test of time for the past, present and future. So for Ravana and for everyone hearing this verse, it's applicable.
Yajasvakopam sukadharmanashanam Bhajasvadharmam ratikirtivartanam Prasidha jive masaputra bhandava Pradiyatam dasharataya maitri Pradiyatam dasharataya
Ravana, the first two lines tell Ravana the instruction. Yajasva kopam sukha dharma nashanam. Please give up anger because it destroys everything that you have worked for. Sukha dharma nashanam. Although you may be very dharmic, but if you become incited by anger, everything is destroyed. Instead, bhajas dharmam rati kirti vardhanam. But if you live life according to the rules of dharma, rati kirti vardhanam, you will become attracted to the Supreme Lord, others will become attracted to you, and your kirti, your fame will grow everywhere. Prasida, please become pacified. Jivena, let's all live happily. Saputra Baldhava, let's live happily with our children, family, friends, relatives. Nothing has to change. We can continue enjoying. Pradiyatam Dasarataya Maitri. If you just give Sita back, all your happiness will continue. So please, anger is spelled A-N-G-E-R. If you put D in front of it, it becomes danger. So anger is that emotion that automatically brings a person to the brink of danger. And when one acts on that anger, then it is a very steep cliff from which they fall. It destroys not only the person, it also destroys everyone around them and everything they have worked for. And to recreate, to repair that, to say something angrily is very easy. To repair that is almost impossible. So Prasida, just be pacified. You feel like you don't have something, you have 500 queens. The best, most angelic, most beautiful woman in the entire universe, Mandodari is your wife. Why do you have to go after Ramachandra's wife? Pradiyatam Dasarataya Maitri. Ravana has 10 heads, so 20 ears, but still the message didn't get through. As a classic English saying, there is a being in the ear. You can speak, but nothing enters. Or it enters and exits from the other. So Ravana didn't pay any heed to this advice. He dismissed everyone. Go, everyone, go. I just need to be by myself. Next morning, Vibhisana comes back to Ravana. Vibhisana himself is a very effulgent personality. He enters Ravana's chambers with folded hands. Something about Vibhisana. He knows his brother is the most adharmic, the wretched Rakshasa, but treats him respectfully as his older brother. With hands folded, comes to Ravana, touches his feet, and sees Ravana sitting on his seat or throne and just waits on the side. Ravana did not want to speak to Vibhisana because he's giving him bad advice. Give Sita back, that's the worst advice. So Ravana does not even say anything to Vibhisana. With his eyes, he indicates to him, sit there. So Vibhisana sits down. Only a few selected ministers are there with Ravana at that time. Vibhisana tries one more time. Now Vibhisana previously has tried because the previous one said Punaha, which is Pranjalit Punaha, which means he's been doing this again and again. Sita has been in captivity under Ravana for 10 months now. So for 10 months, Vibhisana has been saying to Ravana but has made no effect. Can you imagine someone that you are living with for 10 months, you tell them something and nothing changes? Married people know this. Vibhisana, who knew what is good and bad in life, and along with very dharmic, nothing extraordinary or out of the, I shouldn't say extraordinary, nothing made up by his mind, speaking the words of Dharma, thought, if I give him a warning, it's not going to work. He's blinded. So let me tell him what the symptoms are in Lanka because he needs to know some ground realities. What is happening in Lanka for that one act of bringing Sita here? Today is giving him specifics. He says, Nimittani Ashubhani Drishyante. I am seeing a lot of inauspicious indicators. And this is not just today. Yada Prabhuti Vaidehi. From the time that you have brought Sita, Tada Prabhuti Drishyante. From that day onwards we are seeing again and again, very inauspicious signs everywhere. And let me list them for you, Brahmana. When our Brahmanas pour ghee into the fire and say Swaha, the fire has to burn with a glow. Unfortunately, there is no glow in the fire at all. Not only that, when the family members light fire to do their cooking, snakes are coming out of that fire. Very inauspicious, Ravana. You offer the best grass to the cows in your goshala, but not one cow is given any milk. Their udders have become completely dry. There's no milk in Lanka. Elephants who are mighty in size, who have this hormone dripping from their sides is not happening. The elephants are also running dry. Donkeys, camels are shedding their hair, and we've tried so jackals and foxes are constantly loudly crying through the night. The best way, Prayaschitta for you, Ravana, the best thing you can do, and I've said this to you again and again, before Lanka, Rakshasas, everything you have is going to burn away. Ravana found this really horrible to hear, and he said, "Everybody, get up." Next day they gathered again. This time it's full Darbar, Ravana is sitting on his throne. And still Vibhisana tries one more time. He says, "Let me try and make sense into Ravana because I think he's getting bad advice. So let me tell him that he's getting bad advice."
रावणे चास्य मन्त्रस्य निवृता सर्वमन्त्रिणः अवश्यं च मया वाच्यं यदृष्टमतमाश्रितं संविधाय यथान्यायं तद्भवान् कर्तुमर्हति हितं महार्तं मृदुहेतुसंहितं व्यतीतकालयति सम्प्रतिक्षमं निशम्य तद्वाक्यम् उपस्थितज्वरः प्रसङ्गमादुत्तरम् एतदब्रवीत्।
You have gathered useless people around you. Nivritaha sarva mantrinaha. But these people who have gathered are all yes men. Not one of them has the courage to give you the right advice that what you are doing is wrong. Ravana, please listen to me. Samvidhaya yatha nyayam tad bhavan kartumarhati. After you hear me, what you clearly understand the pros and cons, of course you are free to do as you like. I cannot force you to do something, but I am appealing to you. Please. And Valmiki says the words with which Vibhisana was speaking, he was not angry. Hitam. He wants the best for his brother. Mahakartham. Every word he's speaking is full of meaning. Mridu, very gently, he's telling Ravana. Hetu samhita. He is speaking his words that have great consequences for Ravana. He wants his brother to live and not to die. Vyatita kalayati sampratiksham. These words, what he's speaking, were worthy in the past, very apt now, and very suitable for the future as well. There is an English saying, if you give a fool good advice, what happens to that fool? He becomes angry. Anybody you give good advice to and they become angry from that advice, you know that at that point, foolishness is governing their intelligence. Ravana, Nishampital Vakyam, heard the words. Upasthita Jvara. His body is shivering with anger. Prasangavan. This word is interesting. Prasangavan. He is very attached. He is holding tightly to this idea that I cannot give Sita back. Any other option, we will think about it. This is not at all possible. Prasangavan. Uttaram ekad abravit. He is Jvara, in this anger. His brother is speaking to him. How is his brother speaking? Hitam, Mahartam, Mridu, Hetu, Samhitam. But Ravana's response is full of anger. But before Ravana responds, Vibhisana says, one more time I will try and give him an image of what he's dealing with. Sometimes you have to be very visual and very graphic about it. So he's going to give him a very graphic laden instruction.
वृन्दो हि भावन्तरभोगराशेस् चिन्ताविशस् सुस्मिततीक्ष्णदंष्ट्रः पञ्चाङ्गुलिपञ्चशीलो अतिकायस् सीतामहादेस्तवते नराजन्
Instead of his brother, now he is addressing him as Rajan, O king. Kena, by who? Tava Vritaha, who has put around your neck this deadly snake, Maha-Ahi, called Sita. You think that she is for your enjoyment, my dear king? You have a deadly snake someone has put around your neck. That deadly form is Bahvantara, Bahu-antara, the chest of Sita, which you think is all attractive, is the form of a snake. She is constantly thinking of Rama. That chinta is the poison that will kill you. You think she has a very sweet smile, Susmita, but that's the sharp fangs of that deadly snake. Tikshna damstraha. You're attracted by her fingers. Panchanguli, Panchashira Adikaya. This mighty snake has 5 heads in the form of Sita's fingers. Beware, that's a deadly snake around your neck.
जीवन्स्तु रामस्य न मोक्ष्यसे त्वं गुप्तसवितापि न तवा मरुद्भिः न वासवस्याङ्गतो न मृत्यो न भो न पाताळम् अनुप्रविष्टः
This lust that you're carrying is a deadly snake that will kill you. You may think I'm very powerful, I've never been defeated. You may go and hide yourself somewhere. No mokshase, tvam bhuktah. Even if you hide, where? Savitarapi. You may go to the sun planet and hide there. Athava marudbhi. You may hide somewhere among the maruts. Na vasava. Even if you're sitting on the lap of Indra, vasava kya? Na mrityu. Even if you go to Yamaraj's abode and hide there, or hide in the sky, navaha, patalam uparishtaha. Jivastu na. You will not be alive. Ramasya ayana. If Rama shoots an arrow, you can hide anywhere you want. It's not escape. So the time is very, very pregnant. Please give Sita back. And he explains that each of these vadanas, they are like mighty mountains. They are very accomplished generals. They are fighters. They have this burning desire to serve Rama. As Vibhisana just ended his speech, Prahasta got up and said, "What nonsense are you talking? We're not afraid of the yakshas, gandharvas, kinnaras, kimpurusas, nagas, devatas. Never. We are not afraid of anyone. So Vibhisana said, Prahasta, how can you or me or any of the Rakshasas kill Ramachandra? Don't you remember? Just recently, alone, single-handed, he finished Khara, Dushra, Trishna and 14,000 Rakshasas in a matter of 72 minutes. People who are strong never boast about their strength. That means anyone who boasts doesn't have that quality. So you think you're strong, don't beat your chest and boast about your strength. You have no idea, you're underestimating Sri Ramachandra. Ravana heard and he became impatient. And he shouted at his mother.
सुनिविष्टं हितं वाक्यमुक्तवन्तं विभीषणम् अब्रवीत् परुषं वाक्यं रावण कालचोदितः
Sunivishnu Hidam Vakyam. He heard well-wishing words. But although Vibhisana spoke Hidam Vakyam, Valmiki tells us Ravana Abravit Parusham Vakyam. He spoke back harshly, insultingly to Vibhisana because Ravana Kalachorita. Ravana has been inspired by death. There's a saying, right? My father used to tell me when I was younger, Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. That was every time. Vinashakale Viparita Buddhi. Whenever your intelligence gets twisted, whatever action you take is going to cause some harm or destruction.
वसेत् सहसपत्नेन कृतेनाशिषेण न तु मित्रं प्रभावेन संवसेत् शत्रुसेना यदा मधुकरस्पर्शः प्रसन्निधं न विद्यते तदा
You are not my friend. You are not speaking like a friend. In fact, Samvaset Shantru Sevina, you are a spy. You are my enemy. Who needs enemies when I have a brother like you? This is how you speak. This is how you think you are speaking to me. That is for my benefit. You are not at all my friend. In fact, you are no better than that bee who rummages into a flower, steals all the honey and neglects the flower and goes away. Yatha madhukaras karsha rasam vindam. He enjoys all the honey from the flower but does not even say thank you. I have been taking care of you all these years. You've been enjoying with me all worldly pleasures and you have no gratitude. Audacity to give me such horrible advice. Nishachara or Rakshasa. If I was saying this in Hindi, it would sound better. You heard this. Koi aur hota na. That is what Ravana said. Anyastu eva vidham If anyone else had ever spoken like that to me, Aswin Mohutega Bhave, immediately I would have died. How dare someone speak to me like this? The fact that you're alive, even after saying that, it means I have something for you. But worst, you are the worst in the family. You're the worst in the family. You're a kalank. In this entire wonderful Rakshasa clan, you're a stigma. Thick pretty much is a good way to, refine way to say cheap. If anyone ever is told cheap, that's the time to know. The time to stay there has ended. Because never is the one wait for it. So for Vibhisana, externally he bore that insult. Oh, cheap, big Kulabamstan. But Vibhisana also realized, I have tried. We saw how many times he tried just now. For the last 10 months he's been giving that advice. It has not worked at all. So finally, Vibhisana has to do something. So he hears this really heart-piercing words. One final time, Vibhisana cries, and then we listen.
Ityukta parusham vakyam nyayavadi vibhishana utpavata gada panes chatrubhi saharakshasaihi akrabicha gada vakyam jatakrudo vibhishana antarikshadara shrima brahmanam rakshasādikam.
When soft words, gentle statements, cajoling, pleading, none of this works. Then Vibhisana said, let me try saying it harshly to him. He said, Ravana, you have done the worst crime by bringing Sita away. And because he said this was the time to leave. So Valmiki says, Utpapata Gada Pani. He had his Gada with him. Utpapata. The visual for Utpapata means he rose up into the sky along with 4 of his associates. Chaturthi Rakshasai Utpapata. Ut means to rise. So the best way we can visualize how quickly Vibhisana got up is anyone has walked on a very blazing hot floor like a marble or granite. I walked some years ago in Govardhan area. It was hot summer, peak, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I went out thinking it's a holy place, I will go without my shoes. I walked out of the hotel we were staying in, the floor, the outskirts, all granite. As soon as I put my foot on, that is Utpapata. So quickly I had to get my foot off the floor, and for 2 days it had burned my soles. Just that little bit. So Vibhisana Utpapata Gadhapanis Chaturabhi Saharakshasa. And Valmiki says, Antariksha Gana Shriman. Vibhisana flew like this into the sky. And hear the word is Shriman. Up until this time, that adjective was not used for Vibhisana. But the moment he leaves his brother, he gets the title Shriman. Someone may say, oh, hold on a second. If you stay with your brother, you're a good person. If you leave your family, you leave your brother, how can you be Shriman? But Valmiki is a great, great teacher. For finally deciding that I cannot help this Ravana, I have only one place to go, because even this brother had told me, Dik Kulapam Sana, I have only one place to go. Where is that? Where will Vibhisana go? because he got up to go to Ramchandra, Valmiki tells us, Shriman. He is the one by whom Janaki or Sita Devi's full blessings are there because she is Shri. So suddenly Vibhisana is Shriman. Vibhisana is a Rakshasa or a family of Rakshasas. Can Rakshasas become devotees of Ramchandra? The answer is yes. So when one has to approach the feet of Sita, Rama, Lakshmana and Hanuman, one may say, I am not from a very refined family. It doesn't matter. Ramchandra loves people who are unrefined. One may say, I am not very educated. Doesn't matter. I don't come with great education and I don't have good looks. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti says that when one has these four qualities and one is maddened by these qualities, that person cannot call the name of Krishna properly. Janma Aishwarya Shutashri. Janma. I come from a great family, Brahman family. I tell you a joke, I'm coming from a Brahman family. I was born in a Brahman family. I got my sanskaras, all of that. And then I came to America. And I had a wonderful roommate, wonderfully sarcastic roommate, who also came from a Brahmin family but started eating beef and other things. Right? Because I would never eaten beef. So he came and one day he told me, the Janeyu, Upavita, I have given it all. I said, why? He said, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I am wearing this as a Brahmin and I am eating meat. So I decided to give up the Upavita. I said, very good advice. I also gave up Upavita. Thinking, how can I be a hypocrite? But no one put that sense into me that if you don't want to be a hypocrite, you keep the Upavita and stop doing those things. But the advice I got was, but I said, oh, Brahman. So Kunti Devi says, Janma, Aishwarya, oh, I have lot of wealth, I have done this, I have done that, I have donated so much, because of me this has happened, because of me that has happened. This all this arrogant, this way of enjoying one's pride. Kunti Devi says, Aishwarya, Shruta, oh, I am a scholar, I am well read, I know the Vedas, I know this, I know that, I can quote any shloka, left, right, and center, forward, backward, I can do anything. Shri me, I am very good looking, I am the real devotee of the Lord, others are not good looking. She says, Edamana Madhav Kumar, Madhav, one who becomes maddened by these things, Naivarha Hidatu by one cannot utter the name and come to you. But for Sri Ramachandra, you can be from any family. You can be from no family. Such people in India are called Achyuta Gotra Bhavasya. If you don't know your Gotra, you go to a temple and say, I don't know, doesn't matter. You belong to Achyuta. Achyuta Gotra Bhavasya. So Vibhisana, these are the reasons why it's become Shriman. So finally, he's leaving Purusham Bhakyam, final words, one more final attempt to tell Ravana something.
Satvam Pratasi me Rajan Bruhi Mam Yadyadicchasi Jeshto Mam Yadpitru Samo Nacha Dharma Pate Stitaha Idam Tu Parusham Vakyam Nakshamami Agrajasya
Shasi. Whatever you felt like saying, you spoke to me. Jeshto Manya. I consider you obviously you're my older brother, so you're like my father. I have to give you that respect. But I'm telling you, I will not forgive you. Na kshamami agrajasya depo, the one who's gone before me, na kshamami. I cannot tolerate what you just said. Because I have spoken to you. Sunitam, Hitakamena, Vakyam, Uktam, Dashanana. This is the time he's calling Ravana Dashanana, 10 heads. Which means you have 10 heads and 0 brains. I have spoken to you with such finesse, nicely, lovingly, pleading. Na grinanti akritatmanaha kalasya vashamagata. Kalasya vasham, you are under the influence of time, therefore you are akritatmana. Which means you are not at all self-realized. So those who are not self-realized cannot see how day by day, minute by minute, death is quickly approaching such a person. And then he gives a fantastic advice for this bandit of us. It's an important principle to remember in life. He says, Sulabha Purusha Rajan. O king, it is very easy to find people, Sadatam Priyavadina, who will always say nice things to you. It is very easy to find. You can pay them, or even otherwise they will say. But the true friends are those people, apriyasya cha apathyascha. That is not pleasing to hear or pleasing to digest. Words have to be digested. If there are words that are not easily digestible, bhakta shrota cha durlabha. There are very, very few people who can tell you those things that may not be pleasing to you, that may not be digestible to you, and even more rare is someone who will listen to them. So if in our life, if we have at least one person who will not hesitate to tell us something that may not be pleasing to hear, we should consider ourselves extremely fortunate. Extremely fortunate. Because such people are real friends. When Vibhisana called Ravana Akritatmana, there is a story of Alexander, that Greek king. So Alexander was on his deathbed, and he had called all of his advisors and ministers, and he had told them that time is up very soon. The bell is going to ring, and what I would like you to do is, after I die, the coffin that you're going to carry me in, I want the best doctors of the kingdom to carry that coffin. And from that coffin, I want 2 holes from which my arms can hang like that, while the procession is moving towards where I'll be buried. And behind those doctors, I want gold coins, silver coins, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, pearls, sapphires to be completely strewn and thrown on the streets like this behind me. This guy was a conqueror. He went from one side of the planet to pretty much the other side, gathered so much. So they were really confused and said, what is the meaning? Why would you want to do this? So Alexander said, I want the world to know. The doctors can give medicines, they make excellent treatment, but when the bell rings, even the best of doctors cannot help. So one doctors who carry my coffin, I want them to be the pallbearers. I want my arms to be flailing outside because I want to to know how much ever I have gathered when I am leaving, I'm leaving empty-handed. And all this gold, silver, jewels that I've gathered, they come from the earth, or they have to go back to the earth. You come with nothing, and you go back with nothing. So Ravana, if you ignore my advice, you will be killed very, very soon. I don't wish to see that happen. I don't wish it at all. But it looks like the way you are moving in your life, I can predict the outcome. So with a very sad heart, tears in his eyes, Vibhisana and 4 of his followers left Lanka. Speaking like this to Ravana, carefully look at the second line. Ajagam muhurtena yatra ram salakshmana. Valmiki doesn't say Vibhisana went. He says Vibhisana came. Ajagam. So in one sense, the camera has moved from Lanka to where Ram and Lakshmana are seated on this side of the ocean. And Vibhisana has arrived. Ajagama, he didn't take too much time. He's been waiting for the opportunity to meet Rama. It's not like us wait here, talk to that relative, do some shopping and then go to meet Rama. Ajagama muhurtena, very quickly. Yatra Ram Salakshmana. Only when a jiva, any living being, comes to Ram and Lakshmana, they have actually arrived in life. Until that time, only coming and going. It's called samsara. The real arrival is when we decide that my real place is at the feet of Ram and Lakshmana. Now he says, Yatra Ram sa Lakshmana, along with Lakshmana. Lakshmana plays the role of Guru. So in one's life, these two personalities, Guru and Ram. Guru and Govind. Both are important. Not one without the other. And so, Valmiki is teaching us that the way to approach the Lord, Sri Rama, is when he is with Lakshmana. Ajagam Murtena, Yatra Rama, Sa Lakshmana. So everybody loudly, Vibhisana Maharaj ki Jai! He has waited and waited and waited for so many thousands of years to find some place at the feet of Lord Rama. But it has not been possible. So as he is flying and coming to this side, he looked mighty, dark cloud, decorated with jewelry as if flashes of lightning in the cloud, bearing his arms, kirita, kundala, dressed in shining clothes with 4 of his followers. And as he came closer, Sugriva and the Vanaras saw Vibhisana, and for a moment they got so scared. And who's like a Rakshasa? He has come to attack us. Maybe he is here. And so hearing Sugriva's words, the other Vanaras around him became very jittery and agitated because when they being attacked, is Ravana sending some Rakshasas to attack? Seeing Ravana has not landed yet, still hovering in the sky, and he wants to reduce the threat level. So he has to speak them. So he addresses Sugriva.
Ravano nama durvrito
Vibhisana. People know me as Vibhisana. But what is my actual introduction? It starts with the word Ravana. Ravano Nam Durvrata. There's a very horrible fellow whose character and activities are really bad. His name is Ravana. The word Ravana means who makes others cry. Ravayati. He makes others cry. Anybody who meets Ravana only cries. Ravano Nam Durvrata. Rakshaso Rakshasheshvara. He is the king of the Rakshasa. He himself is a Rakshasa. He is the king of the Rakshasas. Tasya aham anujo. I am such a younger brother of such a fellow. What is he is showing Sri Ram Sugriva his disqualification. That I am very disqualified to even come in front of Sri Ram. The Acharyas explain that anyone who comes in front of the Lord should not come and say, a very important person, I'm standing in front of you. One should recite and look into one's heart and one's disqualification. That how am I even qualified to stand in front of you, Sri Rama? So he says, Tasyaham Anujo. Durvranta Anujo Bharata. I am the younger brother of the fellow who is bad character. And now he needs to gain their confidence. So he says, Tam aham hetu vakya vividesh. I in different ways I have tried to explain to this fellow Ravana, but he has not accepted. In the best of words that is beneficial for him. Iti punaha punaha. Again and again. You only heard one few days worth of conversation, right? In that, how many times it was repeated? Punaha punaha. So he's telling the Vanaras, I have come here to tell you that Ravana is not listening to me. Durvrata. He makes others cry. Everything that he does, he plunders their kingdom, he takes away their wives, he kills their armies, he takes away their kingdom, he takes away their possessions. What to do? This time, now he's telling, some people know. Valmiki told us that he came where Ram and Lakshmana are there. Sugriva, Hanuman, they are also right there. But Vibhisana is speaking to Sugriva. He is not speaking to Ram and Lakshmana. Ram and Lakshmana can hear, but he is addressing Sugriva. So now he says, why I am here? Ramachandra. He says, Soham Parushitastena Dasavachcha Avamanita. He treated me like a slave and insulted me. Everybody who has a job and has a boss, you can relate to this. I worked hard, I gave such good reports, I did this, I did that, but Parushitastena Dasavat Avamani, insult. So finally, Tyakva Daram Chutransh, I left my wife, I left my children. Raghavam, Saranagati, I have come to fall at the feet of Sri Ramachandra because I have come to realize that no one else is my real shelter. My real shelter, my real refuge, my real happiness, my real sense of safety and security is at the feet of Sri Ramachandra. Now Ramachandra is not the person who is selective. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya. The entire creation can come to his lotus feet and he can take care of everybody. They can be Sura, Asura, Yaksha, Gandharva, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Naga, Yaksha, human beings, monkeys, Rakshas, me too. There is place for me. I have come to the feet of Sri Ramachandra, but I cannot go to him directly. So Sugriva, Nivedayata Mam. Nivedayata, you please make a recommendation for me. Shukram, please don't delay. Please tell him, Vibhisana must take him. Vibhisana is waiting. Please don't delay. I have waited thousands and thousands of years. And now, I can't wait any longer. It's like this. If you're waiting for something, you know that it is almost there, the last mile is always the difficult one. You're in a rush to end it or get something. I work in the shipping business. So when something has to be shipped, you know it takes 4 days. First 2 days you don't check, but the days you're supposed to be delivered the item, you're constantly checking. It says out for delivery, on the truck, you're waiting. So it's like that. I have come this far, I'm able to see Rama, Lakshmana. Shukram, don't make me wait. Nivedaya. When one comes to the Lord, one has to ask the Lord's devotee to kindly introduce. Nivedaya. Someone else has to say to the Lord, this person wants to be your Sharanagata, please accept him, because the Lord listens to whatever his devotee says. Therefore, Krishna even told Arjuna, I will always be there for you. And if I say, people may not trust it. So Arjuna, you should say. You should say to the world that Krishna is always there for me. The world will believe it because you are saying it. If I say, people will say, oh, who knows? He may or may not. So we always need the recommendation of a Mahatma to bring us to the feet of Lord Ramachandra. So he said, I left my wife and children. I thought about this. If I were to pose this question in a general assembly, is it easy to leave a wife and children? Somebody might consider and say, in my marriage, I might rather leave. So it may be easy to leave a wife or husband who's very uncooperative, or is always fighting and makes life miserable. What if there is immense love between the two? Is it easy to leave at that time? No, one may say, why should Vibhisana leave his wife and children? Because ultimately, whether we are together or not, every jiva has his or her own responsibility to find their path towards God. Others will also join that. It's fantastic. How should Prabhupada use the phrase? You may think that you are taking others with you, but it is like flying a plane. At the end of the day, you fly your own plane. Even in the airline, most of us don't pay any attention anymore, but they say in the situation where there is less oxygen, masks will come to you. What is the instruction? help people next to you? Help yourself first. Because jaan hai, to jahan hai. If you can help yourself, you can help others. So Vibhisana has come. Now one may think, oh, Vibhisana is giving up everything. Family, wife, children, etc. So is he going to remain poor like a beggar? So if you come to Narayana, will you be poor and daridra? No. Who's with Narayana? Lakshmi Devi is there. God will see. But you don't come for the Lakshmi Devi's blessings. That's not a trickery that I will, salute. Actually, what I want is Lakshmi Devi's grace. Rama and all that, Sita is, whether Rama, Narayana give me some blessing or not, doesn't matter. I want Lakshmi's grace. Lakshmi is very chaste. She doesn't go with the husband, doesn't give grace. And Rama also, they are always together. So we want them together. Something about the Ramayana is very unique. In this family of Ravana, he had a sister, Shurpanaka. Shurpanaka came and said, "Oh Rama, you're very handsome, but that lady next to you I don't want. I'm going to kill her." She wanted Rama without Sita, her nose and ears got cut off. Ravana wanted Sita without Rama, his head got cut off. Vibhisana has come here because he wants Ram and Sita together. That is the principle. Bhagavan and Bhagavan Shakti, we want them together, not one separate from the other. Then he says, Raghavasya, I have come to Raghavaya. Raghavaya Nivedayata. Why is he referring to Ram? He could have said Ramayana. Raghavaya. Because he is reminding Sugriva that Ramachandra appeared in the race of Raghu because the kings are all very, very generous. In fact, their generosity is so much that it attracted the Lord to say, I want to be in that family. And forever, he took on the name of Raghu. So he is called Raghava. And I am hoping that the same generosity with which Ramachandra will accept me, although I am the brother of Durvrita, Rakshaseshwara. Mahatmane, Ramachandra is not a miser. Hey, I can only take care of 2 or 3 people. I already have 1 billion monkeys here. No place for relation. No. Mahatmane. He has the largest heart ever possible. So there is for sure room for me also. Niveda, please. Appeal for me. We tell people who are going through some distress, can you please offer a prayer for me? Because when prayer is offered for someone else, the tendency is that it is less selfish. If I offer for myself, then there is the risk of being selfish for me. But if I offer for someone else, so he's telling Sugriva, Nivedaya. Quickly. Since my childhood, Vibhisana is intending that since my childhood, I have great sages coming into Lanka and telling the stories of Bhagavan. And I have lived my life in a very, very dharmic way, fasting, reading scriptures, living in a way that is not at all dangerous or crossing the lines of dharma. Thousands and thousands of years I've been chanting the name of the Lord. I've been waiting. Now I can wait. Shukra, please. Sugriva, Hanuman, Jambavan, Mahinda, Devida, they looked at Rama and Lakshmana. What to do? So Rama cannot answer yet because Sugriva has been asked by Vibhisana. So Rama looks at Sugriva and others and says, He's looking at Hanuman, but addressing all of them and says, please discuss among yourselves and tell me what I should do. So logically, someone may say, it is none of anybody's business because Vibhisana has come for Ramachandra. Who are all these people in between to decide? But Rama, because his heart is such, he said, I am taking the help of Sugriva. So Sugriva was my friend and counsel, I have to get his opinion. So you please discuss amongst yourself and tell me, because all of you are my well-wishers and benefactors. So then they all said, actually, here's our thought. I don't think we should accept Vibhisana. Can you imagine if someone, you come to Rama and someone says, don't accept such a thing? The shattering of the heart of Vibhisana. No, don't accept him. Because he is Ravana's brother. Rakshasas cannot be trusted. Angada says he came from the enemy. How can we trust him? What if he attacks us? All nice and friendly right now in the night when we are sleeping, suddenly Rakshasas are all strong at night. At night if he attacks us and kills us, I don't think we should accept. Sharabha, he said, let's do one thing. Let's send some spies along with Vibhisana for some time. Let's check him out, what he does. What are his behaviors like? Is he sending some secret signal back to Ravana? Put some spies behind him. Jambavan, very intelligent and wise one, he said, if you look at Vibhisana, he has not come at the right time or the wrong time. Actually, he has not come at the right time. The question is, why did he wait so long? You should have come 10 months ago. So that fact that you have come up to the ocean with such a mighty army, he might have realized, oh, there is danger, so better to come right now. So he is an opportunist. He has come at the wrong time. Mahinda said, the best thing is to tie him up. What is it called? Waterboarding? Or water of him? I didn't say that, but we did that. Let's interrogate him. Let's grill him. Ask him all sorts of questions. Let's get into his heart as to why he is here. Ramachandra is thinking, what is this? He is saying Sarvaloka Sharanyaya. All of you are saying, don't accept him, don't accept him. Ramachandra is hoping at least one Vanara will say something on my behalf. At that time, our wonderful Hanuman, Valmiki tells us what Hanuman spoke. He heard everything and then Hanuman spoke.
Ata samskara sampanno Hanuman sachiva uttamaha uvacha vachanam shlaksham artavan madhuram laghu nabhavantam atisreshtam Samatham vadatam param Atishayayitum shakto brihaspatirapi bhuvan.
This is one of my favorite verses because here the qualities of Hanuman are spoken by Valmiki Rishi. He says, Atha, now, samskara sampanna. Hanuman is samskara sampanna. Very, very cultured. After all, his guru is Suryadev. Very cultured. Sachiva Uttama, the best of advisors. If anyone wants any advice in life, please take it from Hanuman. Uvacha vachanam slaksham. Perfect. Act. Correct for the situation. Arthavan, full of meaning. When he said, Madhuram, spoken very, very sweetly. And Laghu, just a few sentences. I help parents. One of the things I do, I help parents. And one of the things that I usually give feedback for the parents when the children tell me is, If I ever ask my parents for an advice, they give me half an hour bhashan. Long speeches on why I should not do something or why I should do something. It goes on and on and on and on till I tune them out completely. But our Hanuman, look, so short, nothing too long. All these things he packed together and gave wonderful advice. So he said to Ramachandra, "O Ramachandra, Matisreshta, you are the wisest of persons. And you're fully capable of doing the right thing. Yet you're being very kind to us and asking us for our advice. Although you don't need our advice. You know what to do. Because you yourself are wiser than Brahaspati himself. You yourself can judge what is good, what is bad, what are the pros and what are the cons. So, you already know. But since you are asking me, I want to tell you something. And he says, I think we should accept Vibhisana. Because he is neither a spy, nor is he come on Ravana's behalf. Yes, he has come because he now understood that talking to Ravana is of no use. Because he always said, Punaha, Punaha. He also said that I tried my best, but I have come to your shelter. If you were a spy, you would not be able to say that I have come for your shelter. As far as right time or wrong time, we cannot assess that. Of course, he is speaking to all these great generals who are all senior to him. So he cannot say, I know better. So without hurting their feelings, without directly saying, I think differently from you, he is giving his analysis. And he says, no, we should accept Vibhisana. Ramachandra is happy, but not fully happy. He is still sad. He is sad that how is it that they are all talking about what they are feeling. They are feeling scared of Vibhisana. They think he is a threat. Hanuman also says, accept Vibhisana because he is not a threat. So they are all talking about themselves and Vibhisana's heart. Not one person has spoken about my heart. Why nobody has recognized what my heart is like? I am by nature someone who accepts everybody. So why is no one speaking about that? We are speaking about reasons that are extraneous. There was a sadhu who once went into a river to take a bath early in the morning. He went into the river up to his chest and he was offering tarpan. And he saw a scorpion swimming in that water. The scorpions can't swim. So very quickly, the sadhu saw what he was doing and picked up the scorpion in his arms. The scorpion, by nature, stung the sadhu very badly, and the sadhu had to, as a reflex, drop the scorpion back in water. And he saw the scorpion struggling, again picked up that scorpion. The scorpion stung him again. He dropped the scorpion. He picked it up again. And he dropped it again. So people who were sitting on the river bank started laughing at the sadhu. I said, come on. You know he's a scorpion. It is his nature to bite. And the sadhu said, yes, it is his nature to bite. What about my nature? It is my nature to sin. So he cannot give up his nature. I cannot give up my nature. That is just who I am. So this is the pain of Rama. They are all speaking about Vibhisana. No one is speaking about my heart. So finally he said, I have to say something. If Sugriva, you give me permission, I have to say something to you. Shrotum Ichchami Tatsarva. I want to make you all here because Bhavati Shreyashi Smita. You're all my well wishers. That's all you're thinking of, my well wishes. You're afraid that he may attack me or he may do something to me. But something to remember, Sugriva, Mitra Bhavena Samprapta. He has come here as a friend. Mitra Bhava. So one who has come to me in a friendly gesture or with a friendly gesture, I cannot reject him. Dosho Abhi. He may be having food. So our acharyas, they love these shlokas. So he says, Mitra Bhavena. He has come with a feeling of friendliness. Now one of them might say, no. That is all a show. Really, there is no feelings in the heart. He's a Rakshasa after all. Now he wants something from you, so he is being all nice, dressed up, coming to you, sitting here and speaking all words. I'm from Bombay, we used to call it Maskalrama. He's just saying things to flatter you, but he has no friendly. Ramachandra says, hey, he may be a show off. It may be not true, but the fact that he has come to me, that is all I care about. It is said that human beings have the ability to only observe behavior, but we cannot read intent. Sri Ramachandra reads only the intent, not the behavior. So he is very sure. He says, Mitra Bhavena Sampraptam. Now he's used the word Sampraptam. Praptam means to arrive or reach. Sampraptam, Samyak Rupena Praptam. He has come here with full intent. He has not just happened to be here. He has come here with full intent to be my friend. It's deliberate. And now he tells Sugriva something about who he himself, Ramachandra, is and why he will accept Vibhisana.
Na sarve bhratarastat bhavanti bharatopamah madvidhava vituh putrashrutho navravidha.
Tata is a word in Sanskrit referred to sometimes as father, or it's a word of endearment, my dear. It says, my dear Sugriva. In this entire word, na sarve bhrataras tata bhavanti bharatopama. There is no brother in the entire world as good as Bharata. Madvidhava pitu putra. And there is no son as good as he. Suhruda na bhavat ekha. And there is no friend in this world like you. He's telling Sugriva, you are my best friend. I know you have the best feelings for me in your heart. You're protective. I can understand. You're protective. But please understand, Mitra Bhavena has come as a friend. So Sugriva heard all this. The Vanaras heard all this and said, possible, but we still think we should not accept Vibhisana. Because Vibhisana is not trustworthy. We think it's not good. Don't accept Vibhisana as one among your followers. In fact, I have a feeling, I'm convinced that he may cause you some harm. So Ramachandra said, Vibhisana will cause me some harm. How is that possible? So to give Vibhisana a little assurance, Ramachandra says, I don't think he can cause me any harm. Whatever he may be. He may be a good fellow, he may be a bad fellow. He may have good qualities, he may have bad qualities. It doesn't matter to me. fact that he has come to me is all that I look for.
सुदुष्टो वाप्यदुष्टो वा किं येष रजनीचरः सुदुष्टो वाप्यदुष्टो वा किं येष रजनीचरः सूक्ष्मम् अपि यत्किदं कर्तुं महाशक्तः कृताञ्चनः पिशाचान् दानवान् यक्षान् अप्रीत्यान् चैवराक्षसान् अङ्गुल्येन तान् हन्यामि चान्
Look at the last word of the sloka, Hari Gana Ishvara. Literally it means the Ishvara, the Lord or the King of the collection of monkeys. Hari Gana Ishvara. It also means you are the topmost devotees. Hari Gana means all the devotees of Hari. Ishvara, you are the best among them. And I understand that you are concerned for me. But Sa Dushtova, Api Dushtova. You may have all bad qualities, but you may not have any bad qualities. Esha Rajanichara, this Rakshasa, Sukshmamapi, even the slightest ahitam kartum nasham, he cannot do even the slightest harm to me. Why only this one Vibhisana, Pishacham, the ghosts, Danavan, Yaksha, Prithivyan, Rakshasam, so the kings, Rakshasas, Danavas, Pishachas, none of them can do anything for me. In fact, Angulya Agrena, just with the tip of my finger, if I desire, Hanyam Icham, if I just have a desire that I should finish them off, all of them will be killed. Hari Ganeshwara, oh, Sugriva, remember that. So no harm will come from it. Then Ramachandra narrates a story to Sugriva to help him. Sugriva is like one devotee who always needs hundreds of assurances, stories, and Ramachandra has to prove to him again and again and again. When they first met, Hanuman said, "This is the Supreme Lord, Sri Ramachandra. It is good for you to make friendship with him." Sugriva said, "You know why? How strong he is." Ramachandra had to prove to Sugriva how strong Ramachandra is and said, "Now you believe." He said, "No, not this. One more test. My brother could shake a sour tree and it will all fall into trees. Okay, not one tree. I will shoot another 7 sour trees." Then Sugriva said, "Okay, that's it." Again here. So Ramachandra has to prove to him, but now he proves to him with a story. He says, "I heard this story in my tradition in the Raghuvamsha about Kanva Muni narrated that there was once a husband and wife pigeon together. And there was a hunter who had laid a trap. And these birds, as they were flying, the female pigeon, looking at some grains, went for the grains and got stuck in the net and couldn't release herself. So I tried, but beyond the point I could help, so I had to fly away, and the pigeon went and perched himself on a tree. And this hunter grabbed that bird, killed it, ate it, and came and sat under that tree. And that pigeon was sitting on that branch, felt this person, this hunter, has come to my tree, so I need to give him the best hospitality. This is the fellow who just murdered his wife previously. But Aditi, he has come to this tree, I have to offer him the best hospitality. And so the pigeon brought for that hunter all sorts of things to make him feel comfortable and rested under that tree. And then Ramachandra speaks this verse for eternity. This is all for us because he gives a principle that he operates by. So this is called the Charama Shloka of Ramayana. The entire Ramayana stands on this one shloka where Ramachandra is revealing his heart. Nobody knows what's inside his heart, but he's revealing for us to Valmiki. And this is what he tells Sugriva.
Sakadeva Prapannaya Tavasmi Jaya Jate Sakadeva Prapannaya Tavasmi Jaya
This is my brother, my promise. From morning till night, this is all that is important to me, and I never break it. What is that? Sakadeva, even once, Prapanna, anyone who comes to me, even once, in their entire lifetime, just once, and says, Tavasmi, I am yours, Sri Ram. Iti yachete. For such a person, Abhayam Sarva Bhutebhya, I remove all causes of anxiety, fear from any living being or any situation. And there's a few just moments. So this is our opportunity. Please everyone. Let's look at wonderful Sri Ramachandra with our hands folded. And with whatever feelings of devotion we can gather in our hearts, we look at him and say, Tavasmi. So please say, Tavasmi. You sound sad. You should sound happy. He's promising more than me, us. He's promising us. We want him to promise. So say it with more zest in your voice. Tavasmi.
Tavasmi.
Fantastic. For the rest of our life, we don't have to worry because we said Tavasmi. Sakradeva. One may say, I didn't say it with full intent. Doesn't matter. You said it, that's all Ramachandra counts. He says, I can give fearlessness. Oh, Sugriva, Vibhisana hoga. It can be for Vibhisana. Yadiva Swayam Ravana. Even if Ravana comes to me now and says, Tavasmi, I will make sure that Ravana is fully protected from anything and anybody. Ravana is the one whom is taken away Ramachandra's wife, and for 10 months Ramachandra's heart has been shattered, Sitadevi's heart is shattered. Even that Ravana, if he comes now, I will take him. Abhayam Sarvam Edat Vratam. So Sugriva, Hanuman, Lakshmana heard these words. They could not sit anymore. Immediately they stood up. They stood up with, my gosh, what is this personality? How can anyone understand their heart? They folded their palms and said, we underestimated who you are. You are so great and magnanimous. It is wonderful that you want to accept Vibhisana. Yes, we should accept Vibhisana. We should accept Vibhisana. And Sugriva looked at Vibhisana and said, please come. And immediately Vibhisana from the sky soon fell to the ground in front of Sri Ramachandra, looking at Ramachandra's lotus feet, and I was making an appeal to Rama. You notice the happy view? Finally, let's come to Ramachandra's feet. By me, Lanka has been given up. Mitranica, I have given up my friends. Dhanani, I have given up my wealth. Bhavat Ime, you are my only shelter now. Rajyam Chusukha, my kingdom is also your lotus feet. My happiness is also your lotus feet. I have nothing else in this world anymore. I have given up home and the comforts. I should live like a king. I have given that up. I have given up my friends with whom I used to enjoy all wonderful times and friendships and joking and frolicking and having a great time. Dhanani, I have given up all my wealth. Cash, assets, safety, security, because those are the things people turn to. So he's telling to Ramachandra that I have nothing else to bank on. Your lotus feet is the only thing. Everything else is not there. Many people can say that, but as soon as a difficulty comes, the first thing they grab on is to the money or the comfort of friends or the home. So the Prabhupada will narrate a story that there was a person who taught his parrot to sing Ramayana or Krishna, Krishna. So the parrot every day, Krishna, 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 morning till night, tweet. One day a cat came into the place. Obviously we're saying Rama, Krishna, so most times the parents have said Krishna or something. As soon as he looked at the cat, the parent said, ah! Because could not take shelter of the name of the Lord. So it's at that point where life tests us. Where does our heart run to? What is it that we hold on to? So Vibhisana is declaring, Parityakta maya lanka mitrani dhanancha bhavat gatam rajyo jeevitam sukhancha. You are my only shelter. One of our acharyas also sings this song. Manasa deha geha jo kichumara. Whatever I call mine, Arpini Tuapade, I am offering at your lotus feet, Nanda Kishora. Oh my dear Krishna, from today, everything that I call mine is yours. Now, Saranagati requires 4 things. 2 from the person who's coming to Sri Ramachandra. And two qualities that Ramachandra should have. The qualities of the Saranagata are called Akinchanatvam. Kinchit means little bit. Akinchit, not even a little bit. I have nothing else to fall back on. I have no plan B. Ramachandra, you are my only plan and no plan A. You are my only plan. That is called Akinchanatvam. Ananya Gatitvam means for this I go to Ram, for that I go to someone else. No other Gati. There is a phrase, Sitapati, you are my only Gati. You are my only shelter, no one else. And from Ramachandra's side, he must have the willingness to give shelter. Now anybody can say, I also have willingness. You also have the capacity to give shelter. But only exclusively rests with Sri Ram. And so these qualities are already there. From our side, he is waiting for us. We are all like tiny Vibhishanas. Ramachandra is waiting. When will they come to me? So Saranagati, they say, has 6 characteristics. Anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam, rakshishyati iti vishvasa, bhukte varanam, atmanikshema and karpanya. These 6 are the characteristics of Sharanagati. If anyone wants to come to the Lord, for the Sharanagati to be complete and thorough, these are the characteristics. Anukulyasya sankalpa. One should accept in their life everything that is favorable to become surrendered to the Lord. Pratikulyasya varjanam. Anything that is against, that does not facilitate one's Sharanagati, one should remove from their life and lifestyle. Rakshishyati vishvasa. One should carry this confidence that in all my difficult circumstances, Sri Ramachandra will for sure protect me. That is why every day, every time our heart becomes a little anxious, agitated by some fear, anxiety, all we have to say is, Tabasmi, I am yours. And when one says, I am yours, then Sri Ramachandra takes over. One time, a person came to a sadhu and said, oh, my difficulties, I have so many difficulties. And when I go to the temple, I stand in front of the Lord and I tell him this difficulty, that is this big difficulty, this difficulty is so big, that is so treacherous. So the sadhu said to the person, when you go to the temple, instead of you telling Bhagavan how big your difficulties are, you go to your difficulties and you tell him how big your Bhagavan is. Because in front of the Lord, everything is small. Rakshishyati vishvasa. Atma niksheba. Niksheba means to throw oneself, to give oneself to the Lord. But I am your dasa. From today, I am your dasa. So you tell me what I should do. Keep karvama. Karpanya. Karpanya means daimya. We say dina. Dina is helpless. So daimya or karpanya means I don't make any efforts to protect myself because I am in the hands of the Lord. I don't have to try anything else. The best example is our little children. As soon as something happens, because for them, they are the only shelter. They can't protect themselves. There's Mandir. The childlike, not childish, childlike is that I have the great Sita and Rama protecting me. So these are the characteristics of Saranagati, and Vibhisana showed all of these 6 characteristics. Like he came and said, I am helpless, I am no one else. I have left Lanka, I have left my friends, I have been studying scriptures, hearing Katha all my life. Ramachandra is my only companion. And he's looking at the ground, embarrassed, standing in front of that great Sri Ramachandra. What did he say? Now Ramachandra picked Vibhisana and completely looked at him from head to toe.
Tasya tat vachanam shrutva Ramo vachanam abrabhi Tasya tat vachanam shrutva
Vachasa, and Valmiki tells us, Vachasa Santayitra, which means Vibhisana is constantly crying. So Ramachandra is patting him on his back and Santayitra, telling him, it's okay, I'm there, I'm happy that you're here. Making him pacified. Lochana Ramachandra is drinking Vibhisana with his eyes. The poetry is just fantastic. Which means he's accepting Vibhisana, but in such a way that as if he's drinking Vibhisana with his eyes. That kadaksha, that glance that Vibhisana must be receiving, I don't know how to express it because it is far beyond experience. Lochana Bhyam Vivandiga, and then ask him, tell me the strength and the weakness of the Rakshasas. So one may say, oh, after all this, that's what he asked. Because he has come as a servant. And the first order of business is to give him some service to do. Because he has come as a servant. He said, Kim Karavama. So Ramachandra says, your first assignment is to tell me what are the strengths and weaknesses of the Rakshasas. You know their army. You please tell me. And Vibhisana, without any hesitation, spoke. And another reason, the hidden reason Ramachandra asked him is, all of the Vanaras had said, you can't trust him, he will attack you, he has some other intention. So by telling Vibhisana, tell me the strength and weakness of the enemy, Vibhisana should give a whole description so Sugriva and others can say, yes, he is on our side, that is true, he is genuine. So Vibhisana is being put to the test. When Vibhisana spoke like this, whenever Ramachandra is happy, he has nothing to give because no amount of wealth will be enough for Vibhisana. So Ramachandra embraces Vibhisana very, very tightly. And then Ramachandra turns to Lakshmana and gives him an order.
येन च इमं महाप्राज्ञा अभिषिञ्च विभीषणं राजानं रक्षसां क्षिप्रं प्रसन्ने मयि मानद.
This Vibhisana, Mahaprajna. Where do we hear the word Prajna? In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Sthita Prajna. So Ramachandra has recognized Vibhisana as Mahaprajna. This Mahaprajna Vibhisana, I want him to be the king of Lanka. Lakshmana, bring the water from the ocean. Abhishincha, pour water on his head. I am declaring him the king of Lanka. Right? You have not even crossed Lanka. You have not fought Ravana. You have no idea what the enemy looks like. You have absolutely nothing. How can you say he is the king of Lanka? But hold on a second. 2 sentences ago you said, Yadiva Ravana Swayam. If Ravana comes here, Sarvam Abhayam. That means the kingdom belongs to Ravana. But now you have promised Vibhisana. How are you going to resolve this? These are all Acharya's commentary. Okay? So Ramachandra said, what is the problem? Ravana will have Lanka. Vibhisana will take Ayodhya. Right? You are taking Vibhisana will take Ayodhya, but you don't know what Bharata is going to say. What will Bharata say? He said, I am already the king. Okay. Bharata will get Vaikuntha. But Vaikuntha is your kingdom. What will you do? I will roam around the forest. Ravana has a this, Vibhisana can be king, Bharata can be king. I will live in the forest. I don't care. This is Ramachandra's heart of just giving up. Now Vibhisana said, Parityakta maya Lanka, Mitra, Dhana, everything. And Ramachandra says, make him the king of Lanka. He got everything back. Is that enough? He got something that nobody in the universe gets. Embrace of Ramachandra that makes the entire kingdom of Lanka feel like the value of a mustard seed. It has no value. Therefore, Vibhisana can be the king. There is no need for that kingdom. And by this, Vibhisana became a wonderful Saranagati of Sri Ramachandra. Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ji. Jai. Vibhisana Ji. Jai. Now, when this was happening, all the devatas from Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talakala, Patala, they were all gathered to see what a wonderful event it is. And Valmiki tells us what happened, what did they say at that time, and all of them are witnessing us.
Tam prasadam tu ramasya drishtva satyaprabangama prachukushur mahamanam sadhu sadviti jahatuvai sadhu sadviti jahatuvai sadhu sadviti jahatuvai.
Ravangama, all the Varnas became so delighted that they started shouting, Sadhu, Sadhu, it's perfect, very good, very good. The one we thought is an enemy is actually now our dearest friend. And this Vibhisana suddenly became now a dear associate of Sri Ramachandra and the Pandavas. This is Vibhisana Saranagati. And we'll end with what is called Mangalam. That way we speak so much about Sri Ramachandra. We wish the best for him. And we pray that his glory be spread all over the universe, over and over and over, again and again.
Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunadhane Chakravati Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam
Thank you very, very much for being a very supportive. Thank you for your patience. So I think the program after this is lunch because I was told philosophy on an empty stomach doesn't last long.
Yeah, there will be a lunch served outside after this.